Yeah, I was reading up, and apparently it's better to have the microphone by here. This will at least help with the desync problems, because sometimes when I'm editing the videos, my voice seems unsynced from the video. So it's another early morning stream. I've not been feeling good. It's 4:43 in the morning. It's 4:45 in the morning on the 18th of March, Wednesday the 18th of March. I got a class later. Yeah, I got a sewing class later. I'll have one of my coffee. I got a coffee with me. I've been planning to do talks for a while, because I haven't done a talk now for a month. I did do one last week, but it wasn't good enough to edit and put out. Anhedonic, I believe, is the right word. Is the microphone on? Anhedonic. That's what I believe the word is. I've been feeling drained, so that's why I haven't been making the videos the past month. This isn't shake, isn't it? I don't know. I've been drained. My head has been fuzzy for the last month since I was let down. Because I mentioned in previous videos that I had a life path, shake well before opening, and the other one, I got another small can of coffee, but it's a different brand, and that one's not shake. Yeah, a couple of months ago, when I had two life paths open to me. Yeah, these two life paths, and what I wanted to do was go for both of them, and whichever one gets back to me first with a stable life, that's the one I'll go with. Turns out both of them let me down. Both of those paths were dead ends. One of them, I've got another meeting on the 24th. Where am I going to put this? I could put it up there. There is enough space. It's just I can't hardly see. My eyes are itchy. My antihistamines lately haven't been working very well. So I lost another 2 years of my life, and it's heading on for 2.5 years of my life since, well, yeah, it was 2 years. Oh no, it was 2 years in 2 days' time. Because the 18th, isn't it? It was 2 years and 20th of March. It'll be 2 years. 2 years since my life got turned upside down. Exactly 2 years in 2 days. I'll have to commemorate it in somehow. This is when I still can't talk too much about it, because I'm still hoping to get my job back. But I know you've got to stop saying "but" in these talks. I'm still hoping to get my job back. Let's not talk about that right now. So I believe when I had the job interview to get my job back and found out that this administrative thing is still in place to stop me getting the job back, despite the fact I've had nothing but support from my company and co-workers, I believe that was the start of my anhedonic period I've had for the last month. So when was the interview? The interview was on the 4th of February. And 2 weeks later, exactly 2 weeks later is when I had the reply. The very vague automated reply. And I'll get on to automated replies in a minute. I'm just searching anhedonia just to make sure that I'm using the right terms. Anhedonia, because my emotions and things are just I'm feeling really drained. Feeling really, really drained. It's like I can't do anything. I can't get any emotional. I still love my Limerence, for instance, and she still means a lot to me. When if I saw a picture of her, my heart still goes, but I've got no feeling or reaction. It's anhedonia. Anhedonia is defined as the inability to feel pleasure or enjoyment from activities that once brought joy. It is commonly associated with depression and other mental health disorders, a lack of interest or motivation to engage in enjoyable activities. Anhedonia. Yeah, that's sort of what it is, and just not motivated to do much. I mean, I've got a long list of things I'm doing. I'm still working my projects. I'm still working on household things I got to do and looking after my parents and that. But I'm doing everything at a slow pace, and this is why I haven't done these talk videos in a month, even though I want to do them. I'm still behind on a bunch of the documentary style videos which I want to do. I want to put more out. I've got another 2 scripts I've worked on, but stop saying but. I haven't got to it yet. I haven't had the motivation. I haven't. My sleep patterns are all over the place, and I'm struggling to sleep. When I get to sleep, I struggle to wake up. And when I get up, I struggle just to lift myself up, and as soon as I stand up, I'm extremely tired again. I'm tired all the time. I got some pancakes. Yeah, I went out for a walk, and I needed to go to the toilet. So I went to Asda, the 24-hour Asda, and in order to use the toilets, you got to go through the checkouts. So I had to buy something. So I bought 68p pancakes and malted milks. And so I've applied for a few jobs, and they're all rejections. Getting my old job back, that was a rejection, and that was an automated reply. It wasn't an automated reply. The email was physically sent to me, but it was AI written. Because it starts, I hope you are well, and that's like a key sentence that is used by AI generators, specifically ChatGPT and not so much Gemini or Claude. AI written, very brief, and saying they don't have to give me an excuse why they're not hiring me. This is despite being told by my former immediate supervisor and manager last year that I'll get my job back. But then I don't know what it'd be like going back after what happened to me, after the accusations, the false accusations which were directed at me and caused me to lose a job, lose a life, lose everything. Well, except the car. I mean, I lost, well, I don't say I lost everything. I lost a lot. And my money's gone down to, well, apart from one, I haven't broken into my savings, I haven't broken into my investments yet, but I'm very close to breaking into my savings or investments every single month now. Let's just say that. Whereas I had a huge buffer. And my future was brilliant 2 years ago. 2 years ago in 2 days. I'd like to do a video about what happened. I would like to. I really, really want to. But I have to be careful about what I want to say if I want my job back. And I'd like to get my job back. At the same time, I am looking at other careers, but it's hard to get a career at my age. Also, people don't want to, a lot of companies I don't think want to hire people with my mental, I know a lot of people say disability, difference, neurodivergence. It's nice and quiet at night. Anyway. So the other job I applied for, it's another job, car related. And I spent a week. I mean, I've applied for numerous jobs, but this other one that's really important to me is this car related one. But I spent a week writing an application, gathering all my pictures, listing my videos, and gathering pictures, sorting them out, and making a portfolio that was perfect for this application. Oh, when I sent it, almost immediately I had a reply saying you have to do an online form as well. So I did this online form, an online questionnaire. So I did this online questionnaire, and let's go through things you need to say. So, a set of questions about experience. Do you have a driving license and things like that? Just a lot of questions. So I did that. So it was not just the application. You had to have a cover letter. They insisted on a cover letter. And the application had references to, I might have the picture on my phone. They had references to show your enthusiasm. I might have the picture because I took a picture of the screen. So I was still thinking about the application when I was out and about. And I took a picture of a couple of words on the screen. Explain why you want to work here. Tell us about your passion for the brand. Correct grammar goes a long way. Name your documents, which I all did. Apply for the job you are suited to. Read the CV. Show us your personality. Show us. I did everything. Like I said, it took me a week to do this application. Sent it off. Did their online form, so I did everything. Live stream Kerbal Space Program to get my mind off it. 3 hours later, 3 in the morning, I get a email. All right, I'm awake anyway because my awake and sleep patterns are all over the place. So I read the email. It's an automated reply. Instant rejection. So that didn't help. I'm building myself up, and I had the big rejection from work, and I thought, this time I'm going to get my job back. I can get my life back together. I thought, okay, they abandoned me. So all this, I'm going to put everything into this. And they abandoned me again. I put so much work into it. Like I said, a week of having it on the screen and constantly editing it. And it's disheartening. Why am I putting in so much work to just have an instant rejection? And then it's not as if... I think it'd be better if someone actually wrote the reply, but they didn't. This time with this other organisation, not my old job, it's like when I had the rejection from my old job, someone actually sent that. I know the person who actually sent that email. They just got AI to write the email, and they physically sent it. They physically press send. But this time, with this other organisation, where I put in a lot of effort, both of them. The interview, because I actually had an interview with my old job, and I put in so much effort, and everyone was enthusiastic. People were enthusiastic when I was actually in there with the interview. People I knew, and they were, yeah, we'll try and get you a job back. And they said, the person who interviewed me said, yeah, I'll do what I can. Another automated rejection. This car-related job was a fully 100% automated rejection. Why the hell do I bother? I know thousands of people are applying. I know. I was told when I was unemployed years ago now, an employment advisor said, the majority of people, it's like less than 10% of jobs are actually done through applications. The majority of people get their work through other means, other avenues, other routes. So I've got these two other jobs now I want to apply for. One of them I don't really want. I don't really want either of them. But it gets me in the company, and then I can move around. Once you're in a company, you can move around. I don't really want either of them. To be honest, I don't want to be employed at all. What I want is to to what I've wanted is going back to school when I couldn't be creative because I was always slow. I was always the stupid autistic one who no one wanted to have anything to do with. I wasn't able to be creative. I got stories. Maybe I should bring up stories. I don't want to bring up stories from school right now, but I wasn't. I've got stuff in other videos, in past videos. I thought, but my creativity was always dismissed. Because I was slow, I was the quiet one. I was the one who couldn't communicate properly. I couldn't talk properly. I was the only one, when I went in primary school, I was the only one from a poor family. I was the only one from a single parent family. Yeah, going home to a parent who's full of drugs and alcohol. But I want to be creative. I was jealous in school of everyone else who was more creative than me, and they got the ability to do things. Like their parents were doing things or taking them places, and I never had that. And I want to be creative. I wish that my creativity in doing these videos or live streaming or my drawings. I tried to sell my drawings. I sold my drawings from 2007 till 2022, but they never brought an income. They never made any money. They didn't. I know. I've been over that. People said, "Oh, sell stickers. Stop selling cards. Sell stickers." So I spent a huge amount of money. I did a lot of time researching, going visiting organisations to do stickers, getting samples done, and found one that was close to me, and I got the stickers done. Don't sell. To be honest, though, I like my own stickers, and I like putting my own stickers from my own drawings on my own things, like having the one on the back of my my Surface tablet. Yeah, it's lovely and quiet out there. You can hear the birds. I mentioned before about it's one of my good memories from childhood is that when we did go to Monmouth, because that was like the only holidays we had, waking up in the caravan and just it was all quiet. And sometimes I'd go out there and just sit in the kitchen area before my mother got up, before my brother got up, and when my sister was with us, before my sister got up. And just listening to the birds. In a very early morning, just as sunrise. I got sewing class to go to at 9:30, 5:15, got plenty of time. I'm probably not going to go to bed. I didn't get much sleep. I slept all day yesterday. Again, like anhedonic, and I can't get motivated to do anything. But I've been streaming Kerbal Space Program in the night and getting some encouragement from the viewers, live viewers coming in, watching the stream. I did write some notes tonight. Automated rejections from jobs. College apply. So I'm trying to think of other life routes. So I got this meeting on 24th, which could open up a better income than universal credit, but not as good as being fully employed. A different route. But I need to find out more about that because I've been assigned two different people from that organisation I'm talking to have tried to help me since September, but they keep dropping out or forgetting that I'm a client or something. So I'm on to my third advisor with that organisation. And I meet them, my third advisor, on 24th. So it's the 18th. What was it, 6 days' time? It was Tuesday, isn't it? Next Tuesday. It's Wednesday now. I could take a picture out there, couldn't I? I could go out, but it's too cold. There, that picture could probably be the background, because when I'm making the thumbnails, I've got a standard thumbnail now. The last like 4 or 5 videos I've done the similar thumbnail. I could put it by here. Right, hang on. There you go. Can you see? See, that's what it looks like out the front. See, that's what I'm looking at. It looks quite good. Looks quite good done. So the next talk note I've got is college reply, because someone who's very, very important to me, who's Limerence, and she's going to education, and I did go to university before, but I hated it. I utterly hated it. I hated interacting with people. I hated going there. I hated not having any money. I hated every second of it. Not every second of it. The only bit I enjoyed is when I did photography and using the enlargers. That was the only bit. So I'd like to do a photography course. I'd love to do a photography course. Oh, by the way, I'm enrolled on a sign language course, so I'm going to be doing sign language as well. Yeah, I could go out there and take a picture of down the street, but it's too cold. It's too cold. I can feel the cold from the door right now. It's too cold. So I thought about going back to university. The course I want to do, because I'll regret not doing it. There's lots of things I want to do. I want to do teaching. I want to do architecture, because one of my original life goals was to have a life, have a career, have a family, and then in my retirement go back and do architecture in university. This was my life. This was my life plan 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I haven't had the career. When I did have a career, I had it taken away from me. I haven't had a family. I haven't even experienced a relationship or anything. Things happen. You can't predict it. But I'm thinking, I did consider this last year, and I could do it this year. Go back to university. Do the Japanese course. I think it's actually a 4-year course, not a 3-year course. When it comes to my Japanese language, I'm always embarrassed to talk on video, so I'm not going to right now. But I did 1.5 years as an evening class. Got through that. I also struggled in the evening class. This was 25 years ago now. I always struggled with evening class because I was slower than everyone else. It was always... Everyone was wealthier than me. They were more intelligent than me. They didn't have this mental issue. This mental slowness issue. And so I struggled. I struggled to interact. But then from 2007 to 2010, I took a risk, and it's probably another story. I mean, I could tell you a story about. I know it's good to say stories on these videos, isn't it? Because I sent a bunch of emails. There's a Japanese school in Cardiff, and I sent an email there and asking about personal tutoring, and it wasn't a couple of weeks. It was like a month later. I had a call out the blue from out of nowhere from someone. Her name is Wakabayashi Noriko. She ended up being my personal tutor for 3 years until I had a life upset. This was in 2010, where I lost all my money, all my money, all my income, due to reasons. I miss seeing Noriko. I really, really miss seeing Noriko, because I was still struggling then. I was still struggling with a lot of depression, but she tried to help me with language, and so I had 3 years of personal tutor. And I really, really enjoyed seeing Noriko. She gave me something to hope for. The cafe we used to meet in is no longer a cafe, it's now a gym. But I did that, and then after that life upset and I couldn't no longer see her again, cold and alone in a flat that was costing me money and putting me more and more into debt every single month, just doing the absolute minimum. What I ended up doing is getting all my textbooks, all my language textbooks, and I wrote up every single thing. I keep wanting to do that and go back and doing that, but it took such a long time. When every single exercise, every question I came over, I did every question, every exercise, every exam in all my textbooks. I spent 10.5 years in a dead-end job then, just struggling to overcome because I moved back in with my father because it's the only way I could survive. And I spent 10.5 years trying to get debts paid off, but I did it in the end because I got the car. And I've had this for 13 years now, so I got this car. So I got rid of my other car because I couldn't afford to keep it. My other car was knackered. It needed so much work, and I miss my old car. I really miss my old car, but then I love my new car, my current car. We don't want to get onto cars right now. So when I got a new job up there, I was able to go away. And when I did save up, and when I got my first Japan trip, I'd rather say Nihon than Japan or Nippon. But when I did go away, I was then in a good position to talk and communicate with people. My first trip, I didn't have the confidence to talk to many people, but when I went a second time, I had a lot more confidence, and it was brilliant. And both times when I come back, I was extremely upset and extremely emotional when I was going back because I didn't want to come back. So I've got a baseline education in the language, so I could go into the university and do the university course because they've got a university course there. So what I've been tempted to do lately is what I've been tempted to do for last year. I was tempted to do it. I did it more than a year ago now. So 18 months ago, I was tempted to do it. Find the department, talk to people in that department in the university and ask them about the course. Because I don't want it to be a place that I'm actually dreading. Like when I went to university before, I utterly hated it. I hated it. And I don't want to be in that position again. I would love to have that level of education, or say, just to tell people I've achieved it. But at the same time, I want to tell people I've achieved it, but at the same time, I don't think I can handle it. I don't think I'd like it. I don't think I want to do the exams. All I want to do is just learn. I would rather have a personal tutor again. But I'd rather meet a personal tutor face to face. I wish I was still seeing Noriko. Yeah, it was 16 years now. It'll be 16 years next month since I've last seen Noriko. My pronunciation is not that good. When I was away for those 2 weeks, my pronunciations came better. I started picking up the pronunciations, and brilliant. I was talking with people. I went to cafes, and I was talking to people in cafes and ordering food and having short conversations with people when I was in shops and buying stuff. It's really good. It's really good. And yeah, and refusing the English menu and people getting English saying no, I can read. I don't have the confidence. I've got to get my confidence up. Why do I want that level of education? Why do I want to just tell people I can achieve that level of education? In the walking group, for instance, everyone judges each other based on their educational level and their job, their career. And I need to make another whole video about that, but it's incredibly frustrating. So maybe that's an element. I think, though, my Limerence and her family, maybe it's just me wanting to seem better, seem less like a poor person from Wales. Because I don't think that level of education, a university education, is going to get me a good job, especially something like a language qualification. But I just want to seem like I'm like I've got a better status, like a better life status to her family, my Limerence, and her family. I don't want to think less of me for not having that level of education. But I don't want to compete with her. I don't want to. I'm perfectly happy for her to have a higher level of education than me, and what she's doing, she will. She will have a higher level of education than me. And I don't mind that. I don't mind not going to, but I feel as if I'm inadequate. And then the way people talk in the walking group, which is meant to be for mental health, they judge everyone. They judge everyone. I would rather not go to the university. I would rather my own personal education to be done with a personal tutor, but I don't know how to find a personal tutor again. Because there's a lot of personal tutors doing things internationally through Zoom or Teams or whatever. But I don't want to do that. I would like to be face-to-face. I've bought extra textbooks which are higher levels than me, and I've got them next to my bed. Or I say bed, I'd sleep on the floor. I haven't opened them. I've had them for more than 18 months, 2 years now. I've had them 2 years and I haven't opened them. Yeah, I'd like to go back to university, but it's also a lot of my life. It's a lot of my life taken away where I would have to put in a lot of money. I wouldn't be able to go on holidays. I wouldn't be able to go on car trips. I wouldn't be able to go on... I wouldn't be able to do other things I want to do in my life because I'm not... my life's just going. Like I've lost another 2 years of my life since my life got upset again. Do I go back to university or not? I think the least I need to do is at least talk to the tutors. But I need to find a way to talk to the tutors. I need to find a way of communicating with them. Because when other people talk about universities, other people seem to say that they stay in communication with the tutors and they got like a friendship relationship with the tutors. A lot of people talk about that sort of thing, where you can just talk to the tutors on the same level. They're approachable. Well, I never found that when I was in the university. I didn't even stay there 6 months, 3 months. I didn't find that. I didn't find that at all. They were totally not approachable at all. But it was 25, 30 years ago now. Maybe it's different. Maybe I can talk to the Japanese tutors in Cardiff and find out more about the course and find out more about what I can do. Because another thing, there is one element of the course which I'm not looking forward to, is not just the exams, but also writing kanji. But the writing is something that's difficult for me. Whereas a personal tutor, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. As a university course, you've got to get it right. Anyway, so do I go to university or not? I need to make some inquiries. I'm losing steam now. Losing boiler pressure. We're losing boiler pressure. Okay, the last element. I probably won't open my coffee. What do I do with my coffee? Oh, it's over there. I haven't opened my second coffee, so I'll put it back in my bag. Yeah, my Limerence. She has a charity campaign at the moment, and I've donated to the charity campaign. I was the first to donate, and I was the top donor for a few weeks. I would like to make another donation to her campaign. Do I write a message this time? Do I say, "Hey, I want to be top donor," or do I say something? Can you get you closer to your goal, to your what can I do for her? It's for her. Or do I say just do what I can? Or maybe I'm doing it because maybe I want to send another donation just to make absolutely sure she knows my name. But then is it being selfish? Am I being selfish? I was trying to decide whether to give her all she wants to get up to. She gave herself a benchmark. That's the way I'm going to call it. She gave herself a benchmark of so much money she can raise. I could pay the difference, about 55, to get her up to her benchmark, or pay her just 45. 25 I was going to. I could pay the 55 and say, we'll get you to your benchmark. Getting you to your benchmark. Is there any extra? Will this give you any benefits? What do I say? Or say it? Should I not say anything at all and just give her the money? Because you had the quadrant I did in a couple of videos. The Dr. K one where I mentioned the Valentine thoughts. Is it the last video I put up? It might have been the last video I put up. There, this one. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. See, I could put that on the screen where it says desires, wants, motivations, values, shoulds, and duties. Because one of the duties is in her best interests. Her best interests. My values is love and limerence. Desires, wants. I want to be noticed by her. Shoulds. Now this is difficult because society. So the shoulds makes me think that society doesn't want me to have a relationship. But you have to have, on this quadrant. You got to have the quadrant. The things on the right. You have to have a bias to the things on the right. The thing is, making another donation to her is not going to harm her. I'm not bringing her any disrepute or anything. And the values is love, limerence, and doing anything to benefit her. So I think there's a bias to making another donation. But I don't know what's going to go in shoulds. Should I do it or not? Because part of the shoulds is you should support charities. Desires. I want to make another donation to her charity. Values, love and limerence. Getting her to return something. I know it sounds selfish, but just to know I exist, even though she knows my name. Duties is not to bring any negativity towards her, not to upset her or do anything against her in any way. I don't want to. I don't want to do anything. Don't want to. Right, and should. What should go in shoulds? And with this, you need to have a bias towards value and duties. And because making another donation is not going to, it's actually going to benefit her, because she'll move towards her bench. She hasn't got enough donations yet to reach her benchmark that she's aiming for. There's a better word than benchmark, but I'm using benchmark because that's the word that comes to mind. So there's a benefit to her. Because you should donate to charities, because it's a good thing to do. When it comes to love and limerence, though, no one's... Because I'm worried there's people... I'm sure there's people. Maybe it's just my paranoia, anxiety. There's people who think I should be alone forever. People like me. There's a lot of people in society who believe that people like me, who are ugly and autistic and slow, don't deserve relationships. And I'm tempted to put that in the shoulds, where I shouldn't ever think I'll ever be worthy enough for a relationship, or getting to know anyone. I want to make a second donation to her charity. This, depending on how the system works, they may put me as a top donor again. It might mean this month I may have to break into my savings, because I don't have the money for it. Well, I mean, I've got the money there now to not break into the savings, but I'm not going to have the money by the end of the month. So I will have to break into my savings by the end of the month. I'm not explaining properly. I think I'm tired. I'm out of steam now. The boiler pressure has gone down. It's playing too much Derail Valley. I got to stop playing games, because I'm just wasting my life on games. Anyway, this was the time, because I got sewing class at 9:30. And I'm making a bag. Oh, I've got scrunchies. I've made 7 scrunchies. Hand sewn 7 scrunchies. And 2 of them I've made specifically. The others are just practice. And I've got them in other videos where I was practicing. A couple of the videos when I was in my mother's kitchen. Sewing in my mother's kitchen. I was practicing doing these scrunchies. Trying to get them down perfect. So I've done 2 now, which I've done specifically, which I've made for her. I don't know if it's possible to send to them and say she could sell them for her charity campaign. I wish that would be possible. I hope this talk this morning hasn't been too boring. I think it's time to go. And I'll chat again.